everybody has a little bit of food in their stomachs, and there's more to come, we figured I might as well upset those stomachs and say a few words. Again, for those of you who do not know me, I'm Bob Walker. I am Ryan's second cousin. I am absolutely honored to be here tonight and to carry on a tradition of wedding emceeing that started with my Uncle Bob speaking at all the Walker family weddings, and my dad, Johnny Walker. He spoke at all the Melo weddings. So now, the torch is being passed. I'm going to apologize for every name that I get wrong or mispronounced tonight. I work with a Danica. So if I do say Danica instead of Danica, I'd like everyone in unison to say Danica, because I'm really bad. My boss looks like a rhino, so if I don't say Ryan. Now, my second apology, because Canadians apparently were very apologetic for everything we do. So, in tradition, sorry about everything. My second apology is to the Bolton family for this little indulgence that you may not understand. My dad, Johnny Walker, who can't be with us tonight because he's up there. There's a picture of him over there emceeing one of the weddings. And my dad and Bob were just best buddies. And I'm going to ask Bob to come up here for a minute because I have something for you. Come on up, Bob. And I want him to wear this with pride. There's a long story behind this. I think they used to fit a little better back in the 70s. It actually used to come together. So here's a little picture and a little bit of a throwback.
Oh, get a picture of that.
This here is how Johnny Walker and Bob Melo used to go out together in the 70s. Two wild and crazy guys. And I'm honest when I tell you this, that Jean and my mom made these. They really did. And they've got pockets and they're reversible. You know, isn't that awesome? Thanks, Uncle Bob. So again, okay, well, again, thank you, Bolton family, for that, because that's a very private thing between the Walkers and the Melos. So thank you. You're right. I should. I hope I got the right side. Back to the notes. Scroll. More. Okay. Like I mentioned, I'm Canadian, and the Melo lineage is 50% Canadian from Ryan's grandmother, Jean, who is my mom's sister. And then they get the other 50% of stuff from Bob. On behalf of the Melos, I'd like to welcome Danica to the family and explain about the Canadian side, which is sometimes referred to as the wild side, or more commonly, the dark side. I'd like to outline some of the differences between Canadians and Americans. First and foremost difference between Canadians and Americans is we don't often marry our kinfolk. And not in this case. This is the first time. No, this is the first time that our officiator, Alan, he's from Missouri, so it's the first time he's actually performed a wedding outside of a single family, which is really cool. Come on, they can't all be good, believe me. You guys are going to have to learn. So that's just kind of one of the biggest differences. In Canada, we have 4 seasons. We have winter, still winter, almost winter, and construction. In fact, I have more miles on my snowblower than on my car. We think that sexy lingerie is tube socks with a flannel nightie with only 8 buttons. And Canada is so cold that the first thing we do to warm up our wives on their honeymoon is to teach them how to use jumper cables. We dismiss all beer under 6% as for the elderly and children. So that's a little bit of Canada that just kind of gives you an idea of what you gotta look forward to. Scroll. Oh, man. Okay, I'm back. Now, I'd also like to give, before I call up Dan to say a few words, to propose a toast, I wanted to pass along to Ryan a little conversation that I had with Dan last night. And I don't recall exactly what the whole conversation was, but at one point I said, have you ever seen one of those machines that can tell you when someone's lying? He goes, have I seen one? I'm married to one. So, just so you know, Ryan, always be honest, right, Dan? So now I'd like to call up Dan and say a couple of words.
How you guys doing tonight? All right, before I start, I'd just like to say, Tanika, you look great tonight. Beautiful. Ryan is lucky to have you. Such a great wedding. You are very lucky to find Mr. Right with Ryan. Ryan, you're lucky to find your Mrs. Always Right. But again, I'm Dan. I'm Ryan's cousin. We're 6 months apart, so we've kind of grown up together. We're more like brothers than cousins. As you can tell, I'm a little bit bigger than Ryan, even though we're only 6 months apart. So he's been lucky enough to get some of my hand-me-downs. And in fact, that tux I wore to my kindergarten graduation. But seriously, we've grown up together. We've done literally everything together. We've gone on hundreds of fishing trips with our grandpa, Papa Bob. We've worked together, multiple jobs. We've played soccer since we were 4 together. We've done it all. My favorite memories, though, are fishing together. So I'd like to tell a couple stories about us going fishing. If everybody doesn't know, Ryan thinks he's the master fisherman. Seems like every time we go, he does catch the most amount of fish, or maybe the biggest fish of the trip. But so little, not so known facts about Ryan, about fishing. Our first trip with our grandpa up in Canada, remember this, Ryan snagged a big one, or a snag, just a snag. And his gut reaction, instead of reeling it in, he just let go. Pull into the water, day ruined. What happened? Right. Let's see. Yeah, scroll. Last fishing trip we went on, going along with Ryan catching the most and the biggest, one of the reasons is he's always the first one in the water. And that's a great thing. But last trip we went on, we go out into the water together, we're maybe 100 yards offshore, and he caught the big one. A hook right in his hand. Just the start of the day, we had to turn back, no fishing. We had to pull the hook out from his hand. Yeah. This one is kind of embarrassing, the next one, for both of us. If you don't know, Ryan and I are both kind of scared of spiders. Just a little bit. Not too bad. So a few years back, we're out fishing up in Canada. We do a flying trip, and we go out to the boat. We're going to be the first ones out for the day. And we get out there, it's early, and there is just, the boat is covered in huge water spiders. We're like, we're not getting in that boat. So our idea was to steal our dad's boats and go out for the day in them. So we jump into their boats, we're moving everything over, finally move the last tackle box, and what do you know, we get caught steal in the other boat, and we had to go out anyways in the spider boat. Anyways, over the years, I think Ryan's learned to fish a little bit better, because I think he's hooked a great one with you, Danica.